into this Thursday edition of the Flagship. I'm your host, Zach Berry. Joining me, Mr. Greg Jones, the meat man himself, owner and proprietor of LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue. Go see him. And the good people at LB's. Get your protein fix for the weekend, as probably dusting that grill off, probably taking that cover off, making sure there's no birds or squirrels or anything in the grill. Cleaned it. Greg,
with that onion. Do that onion, man.
Do the onion or like a sponge of some kind. Don't use the metal. Don't use the metal stuff. That'll get in your food. That's not good for the digestive system. But yeah, go see Greg. Get you some steaks. We're gonna talk grilling on this episode. So he's gonna give us some tips, some tricks on certain cuts of meat, what you want to do with it, whether you're smoking, grilling. All of that and more coming up. Show also brought to you by College Corner, 3 locations, Oxford, Mississippi, Flowood, and Ridgeland, Mississippi. If you can't get there, go to collegecornerstore.com. They've got merch of all kinds. They've got tailgating supplies. Anything you could probably possibly imagine that is related to Ole Miss, College Corner has it. Remember, 3 locations. The new one in Oxford's on Sisk Avenue if you're in town. Go check them out. 4,000 plus square feet. They take care of us and they will take care of you. Greg, good morning. How are we doing?
Great, man. I trimmed the beard up hoping that would work, and I tried to poison Kentucky, and that didn't work. So I pulled out all the stops this last weekend. So I'm gonna this weekend. I don't even think I'm gonna try to watch any of the baseball. I got a wedding that I've in New Orleans. So yeah. It's like one of those Jackson Square weddings and stuff like that. So it's like it's one of those nice ones. So we're going fishing. We're going fishing Thursday morning in Venice. I'm going to drive back, stock the store up, and be in New Orleans for some brunch and some Bloody Marys at my place at 11 o'clock, and then do a wedding. I think I'm going to wear the nice suit for this wedding.
What kind of suit we talking?
It's something that I got from Hinton. I've got a buddy that works from Helly and Hinton, and they had a sale, and he goes, "Meat man, this would be perfect for you." I was like, "Perfect." And it's a light blue. It's good. It's a lightweight. It's not a powder blue. It's a blue. I was thinking about, I don't know, the undershirt, maybe a solid white undershirt. We'll see. I've got some Delta blue jeans that I've got, so. Hadn't had a chance to wear those, so guess I'm gonna pull out the Delta blue jeans and the old cowboy boots to see what we can do in New Orleans this weekend.
Good deal. That'll be fun. Speaking of New Orleans, no, look, we already gave a shout out to Blue Delta. Normally, we're no free ads on this show, but
I'm sorry.
But hey, if they want to advertise, holler at your boy. Another free advertisement. Speaking of New Orleans, I missed the Turkey and Wolf pop-up in Nashville.
Yeah, so
showed up like an hour after it started, gone.
Wow.
So, yeah, anytime you're putting collards on some kind of sandwich, I'm there, and I was bumming. I was bumming.
Gosh. So what did you do in replacement?
I just went home and made some food. I was so hyped. I was just like, I don't want to go anywhere else because it's not going to be as good. So I'll just eat something at the house. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into some grill talk. Look, the weather was kind of weird yesterday. I know that Oxford got slammed a little bit. We kind of dodged it here. We just got a bunch of rain, which is fantastic because put some fertilizer on the yard. Got the yard cut just in time on Monday. Threw down some new fertilizers, so that's going to be looking right in a couple weeks. But yeah, got to get that grill cleaned up. Probably start looking to fire some stuff up next week. But what are you thinking right now? What's kind of
well, I always
go-to,
ask, what I ask. A lot of people ask me, like, what do I like to do when I, go home and just want to do something for myself or a couple people. But if you're trying to feed like 5 or 6 or 8 people, always get a tri-tip. Always get a tri-tip. It doesn't matter if you like it, or I mean, there will be some people that like it. I trim up the tri-tip. It's really nice, really easy to cook. Also, you kind of go direct heat each side, kind of get a good char, and then just kind of pop it up there on the top and just let it rest. So I'm a big tri-tip guy. I'm a big Wagyu Denver cut. So the Denver is the bottom flap of the chuck roast. That's a really awesome cut. That's really that you can, maybe get a pound of and just slice and maybe do a sauce. I mean, you're not going to feed a lot of people, but you can do it as an appetizer. But with the lane train's always a really good thing. You can just get a 5 to 6 ounce bacon wrap fillet for $10, 2 for 20. I usually make a sandwich with my lane train, so I fry the bacon in the skillet first, and then cut up the fillet meat with some onions and cheese, and put it on a hoagie bun. So I usually do a lane train sandwich for my lane trains. But the New York strip's really awesome. The ribeye, but those are more individual steaks. If you got like 4 or 5 people, just go ahead and get. If everybody likes ribeye, go ahead and get 4 ribeyes. I've got the boneless ribeye, which is a trimmed out 14, 16 ounce. So whenever you go to Kroger or Walmart, you literally get a ribeye, and it's the whole ribeye. They literally just cut it and put it on a thing. So there's a lot of gristle, there's a lot of fat, but there's a lot of people that like that. But what we usually do is we trim all that up and make it with our ribeye sausage. We make the ribeye sausage with the cream cheese and stuffed mushrooms. So we trim all that up, and we try to sell you a clean cut 14, 16 ounce center cut ribeye. So if you want a bigger ribeye, just go with the bone in. The bone in is about a 24 ounce cut. You could probably feed 2 people with a bone in ribeye, I think. It just depends on. I mean, for me, I would just eat the outside, and they're like, "Hey, y'all can have the rest," because that spinalis is the best piece on that ribeye. So, but no, there's a lot of different options. I just got done smoking some pork chops, pork chops. So it's a bunch of different stuff that you can do on the grill, and when you try to feed a lot of people and not want to spend a lot of money for it. But obviously, you can get a nice beef tenderloin, about a 3 to 4 pound beef tenderloin, and just do those Hawaiian rolls, and maybe do like a horseradish cream sauce, and just make sliders or something like that. That's always a nice thing to feed a bunch of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever had smoked pork chops. That
Yeah, it's good. So
sounds
you
like
just
it
gotta,
could be the move for a pork
so
chop.
you've just got to really keep an eye on it. What I usually try to do is I smoke them to 100 degrees internal temperature, and then that
Okay.
way it's got some kind of coarse to hardness to it, and then finish them off in the oven. I usually wrap them up in tinfoil, or put barbecue sauce, and then that way they're just smoked for the last like 50 degrees in the barbecue sauce. So that way it's not, the barbecue sauce helps it not getting dried out. That's where
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like pork chops, is because they don't really cook the pork right, because they usually dry it out or something like that. You can eat pork at 150 to 155 degrees. You can almost eat it at 100. I usually eat it at 140, because we use that Duroc prime pork, and it's just almost like eating a prime steak. So, but yeah, you want to shoot for at least 150.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems to be like a common theme with pork chops, is that it gets so tough, and yeah, they're a little
Mm-hmm.
dried out. But yeah, smoking might be the move.
Yeah, smoking and then slather in barbecue sauce. Finish them off in the barbecue sauce.
Can't can't beat that. Um,
Well, I just made a barbecue sauce. Do you like the Carolina Gold barbecue, or do
yeah,
you
I
like
like
the
that.
just a regular?
I like the
So
gold sauce.
yeah, so I took snagged a bottle of that and made and kind of combined it with some Sweet Baby Ray's, and then put some hot sauce in it, kind of doctor it up a little bit. Actually, pretty
Yeah.
damn good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
doctoring up sauces. I like getting different sauces, and doctor them up and making different flavor combos.
Yeah, I'm big on that. My buddy JT always says it's playing dress up. Too much dress up. Just eat. But I'm a big sauce guy. I like my sauces.
I like it
Uh,
a sauce man.
what about you were mentioning before we hit record, you were talking about ribs too. I obviously a lot of people smoke their ribs. What is your preferred
See, I
vessel for
like to I
ribs.
like to smoke them dry and then wet them at the end because I'm more of a wet style rib. But
Same.
whenever I cook for the baseball team, whenever I do ribs, I usually smoke them to about not over smoked, but kind of under smoked, and I cut them in 2 bone ribs, and then just load them up and just dibble the Hoover sauce on it and cover it, and let them warm up. And those are really usually money, but I kind of like a little bit more sauce than the Hoover sauce. But the Hoover is very versatile; it gives it that kind of teriyaki soy. But anyway, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I usually do whenever I'm cooking for a lot of people on the ribs. But if you got a nice, just if you're wanting to do like 3 or 4 ribs, man, I usually just do 2 wet and 2 dry. That way you have everybody covered. I usually do that kind of that Carolina barbecue on one of them. I do a Sweet Baby Ray and a Hoover on the other. And then the other ones, I just kind of, just trust my seasonings and just trying to dry rub them because, women are more like the dry. They don't want to get messy with it, which I don't blame them, kind of. But I love a woman that get after that rib. My mom gets after that rib now. She's a rib. She's a certified rib judge, so she knows how to eat a rib.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm with you. I'm more of a I like wet ribs, which I know some would say is blasphemous to say as a person from Memphis, but I like the wet style. I mean, I do like a little dry. Like I like a little dusting on like a sausage or cheese plate or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like a little
But
like a
I
little
mean, whenever
heat.
you eat ribs, you want to eat at least a half rack or a whole rack. I mean, like I want to get down on some ribs.
Right, right, yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to eat one. Oh, hey, we only got 2 racks of ribs and there's 6 people. I'm like, well, damn, we need to go to the store and get some more ribs then. Because,
yeah.
anyway, but yeah, no, that's the most versatile thing to do is just do 2 wet, 2 different sauces on the wet, and then just do 2 dry.
As far as what you got in the shop this week and kind of prepping for spring and getting into summer, what are we looking at here?
Well, just kind of down to basics on everything. I guess I need to try to figure out how I need to make some money during this baseball season if nobody's going to be coming to Oxford. So no, we'll be all right. Making sausage right now. I've got a Blue Dream sausage with cream cheese that I'm about to smoke. We got I'm making some spicy Hawaiian. I've just been trying to run out of things. I just got done doing some ribeye, spicy ribeye. I'm smoking that pork loin right now, and I'm just going to try to sell it in quarters where it's like bacon wrapped, where all you got to do is warm it up. Trying to do a lot more of that cooking food where you can take home and it's easy for you to do. I mean, of course, everybody'd love to get a stuffed pork chop, but they usually look at it like, how do you cook it? So what we're going to start doing is stuffing pork chops, cooking them, vacuum sealing them, and trying to do like a flat rate or a price on those where all you got to do is warm them up at your house. We'll do pulled pork sandwiches on Thursday, Phillies on Friday. Man, just kind of going through the basics. About to probably make some more boudin next week. Just I don't know how busy we're going to be with this weekend with Arkansas with the team out of town, and so you just got to really play it by ear every single weekend in Oxford right now. When is football season coming?
Well, you got the Grove Bowl. That'll be in a couple weeks. I guess it'll be 2 weeks. April 13th.
Nice.
So
Well, that's good. People be in town for that.
oh yeah. And then I don't think it's the same weekend. Is it the same weekend as Double Decker? Typically is, right? No,
Double
Double Decker's
Decker's
at
the
the end
last
of April.
weekend. April.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27, 28, I think.
That's smart. That would just
Yeah.
be way too much going on.
Yeah, no, and the town can only handle so much every weekend in a row. It's just it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I was gonna say the bandwidth for Oxford is limited. So yeah, it'd be busting at the seams if you had Grove Bowl and Double Decker and probably a baseball series on top of it.
Yeah, because this weekend is Arkansas, Next weekend is not state, is it?
I can effort real quick. I don't know off the top of my head. While I look this up, Ole Miss fell to Memphis on Tuesday night, 9-4. A bit of an ugly game. I guess the one bright spot would be Austin Simmons. I mean, dude has been electric on the mound. There's no doubt about that. At this point, like, when are we going to see more of him? Because I know it's been some limited because of. I don't think it's because of football. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this rate, Ole Miss is in the bullpen, especially. You're gonna have to find some dudes to get some outs.
Yeah.
And
If
right
you can get those.
now, yeah, right now
Well,
it's
I
an issue.
mean, getting run rolled 6 out of 9 SEC games is pretty bad. And I know supposedly there was a really long team meeting after the game last night. So I don't know what that's going to get accomplished. It's kind of it's kind of a tough pill to swallow because you can't fire Clem, you can't fire Laugh. I mean, that's like, so I don't understand. So it's tough. I've had some former players reach out to me, and I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm feeding them the same thing that I fed y'all. So it's not me.
The College Corner is headed to Oxford. Stop by their new location in the Oxford Commons off Sisk Avenue. They'll have 4,000 square feet of Rebel gear ready for your trip to the Grove. On your next trip to Oxford, stop by the College Corner or our other great locations in Ridgeland and Flowood. Hats, shirts, polos, pullovers, sweats, t-shirts. College Corner has it all. And as always, you can visit us online at collegecornerstore.com. That's collegecornerstore.com. The College Corner, where your game day apparel meets.
Call Drew Moak of USA Benefits Group. He can help you with any of your health insurance needs. Drew is an Ole Miss grad located in Mississippi and licensed in 7 states. He works with the nation's second largest health insurance brokerage with access to 35 different carriers, regular health plans, to life insurance, to dental and vision, and even Medicare. He has it all covered. Now more than ever, it is critical to have a health insurance agent who is local and accessible. So call Drew Moak at 601-953-8449. 601-953-8449 and get your free quote today.
The car buying process can be a lot. I know, I've been there. You just want to get in and out with a new car and the best deal. Simple. Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Oxford keeps it simple. They're going to take care of you, get you in and out with your new vehicle with a great deal. Their inventory right now is priced to sell, and what separates Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Oxford from any and all competitors is they aim to address each of your needs with the utmost respect, care, and attention to detail. Contact them today at 662-234-8000. That's 662-234-8000. Stop by and see them in person at 2201 East University Avenue in Oxford. That's Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Oxford to find your next perfect car, truck, or Jeep. Allen Samuels. Let's be friends.
Yeah, Austin Simmons on Tuesday, 2 innings, allowed just 1 hit and struck out 5.
Yeah, I mean,
he's making people look silly.
Yeah,
for me, hell, put him out there and start a game.
that's what I was saying. I mean, if you can get 5 innings out of anybody, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
shake
it up.
I mean, the bats are obviously going to produce some.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
I don't know, man. Arkansas might run through us pretty bad this weekend.
Yeah, number 1 Arkansas. It's going to be a chore. And look, I think you got at Arkansas, then you host Murray State, then you host Mississippi State. Which right now you pull up the standings for baseball.
Did Mississippi State get beat by Central Arkansas last night?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to effort and find that.
No,
I
I
mean,
think so.
Mississippi State's right there. 4-5 in the conference, 19-11 overall. I mean, Ole Miss is 3-6, 18-12. I mean, right now it looks like at the moment, Kentucky. Now I know we're just into April, so anything can happen for the next month and a half, but appear to be for real. 8-1
Yep.
in the conference, 24-4 overall. Vandy's, I feel like Vandy always does this though, where they're so loaded top to bottom. It's almost like Kentucky
But they
basketball.
can't even figure it out.
It's almost like Kentucky basketball, where it's like so much talent that it takes them a little bit to figure out where everybody best fits. Still second in the East. They're 23-6 overall, 6-3 in the conference. I mean, just
But I mean, it's
the
definitely a marathon. You can't, I mean, it definitely
sure.
helps when you're 8-1 right out the first 3 series. That's definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, a testament to how good the league is. Tennessee's fourth in the East, and they're 24-5 overall. So, South Carolina swept Vandy. Ole Miss has a series win over South Carolina. I think at this point, you just got to go one weekend at a time and try to figure out an avenue to something resembling positivity on Sunday on the mound. I think Riley Maddox is the guy for Friday, and I like Liam Doyle in that Saturday spot. Just got tagged against Kentucky because it appears Kentucky's good, but yeah, just got to find something.
Why not put Simmons on Sunday? I mean, try
Sure,
to start
try
him and just
that.
like, hey, take a shot because he pitched yesterday.
I mean, at this point, what's the worst that can happen? So
Yeah,
you got at Arkansas. That's going to be a tough scene. It's going to be hard, but it's baseball. Weird things happen all the time.
I agree.
You mentioned.
I just, the thing about like I've read on Twitter and everything, like I don't know if I doubt the team has given up. They're just probably,
No.
they're just trying to still figure it out.
Yeah, I mean the midweek is whatever. Like you got to do something on the weekend. Yeah, you
My
mentioned.
thing is that the team doesn't have an identification. Like, sometimes, you look at teams like, hey, they're always going to not make a mistake. They're going to, small ball you, or they're just going to hit home runs all, on it. It's just, this team really doesn't have an identity. So, I mean, we don't know what it really wants to do. We don't know if it wants to win games 10-9 or win them 3-4.
Yeah, it's definitely
because obviously
it's,
national championship
It's interesting.
obviously national championship year, you knew that team had an identity. Like it was a bunch of leaders, a bunch of guys that have been there, kind of experienced the losing in the super regionals and everything like that. So, that team had a kind of an identity. So I don't know. I don't know what this team is.
It is going to be something to follow the next couple weeks. Yeah, I don't necessarily think the identity thing is yeah. It's where I don't think it's just a team of just bad players. It's just finding a way to piece it together to where a good productive lineup, and then on the weekend you just got to find an answer for Sunday. Because I think if Riley Maddox is on and Liam Doyle are on, the offense is good enough to score enough runs to win 2 games.
For sure. Well, it should be like that every weekend.
Did it against a good South Carolina team. I mean, it's not impossible.
I'm trying to think, what was the run line on Friday against Kentucky? Kentucky was 0 for 11 and won 5-3 with runners in score position. I think that they were 0 for 11. And we had like 6 arrows or something like that. We had like 4 or 5 unearned.
The
something like that. Something terrible. So I mean, like something terrible.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Other people make far more money than I do to figure it out. We will see if it is figured out. It is a long season, and hey, as of right now, it's pretty bleak because of the losing streak. But again, 18-12, 3-6 overall in the SEC. It's not, Auburn's 1-8. LSU is 2-7. Apparently, the lesson here, Greg, is don't win a national championship, because apparently you suck after you win a national championship.
Yeah.
Georgia's a good ball club. They're 4-5 in the SEC. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
Alabama's solid.
yeah. I mean, Alabama's third in the West. They're 4-5 and 21-7. So it's just a tough league. So it makes those blemishes stand out even more
Oh,
on the weekend. So, all right, let's get into some thoroughbred chatter here, as you and I were talking earlier.
let's
Lot
see.
going on.
Last weekend, so Forever Young locked in, and Forever Young might be a real deal. He's pretty solid. He won the UAE Derby last weekend, so he's 5-0 on the year, and he's being shipped to Kentucky. So Forever Young is definitely coming to Churchill. So I would definitely watch out for Forever Young, and then Fierceness won the Florida Derby. That's Mike Rapoli's horse. He's pretty solid. He won by probably like 10, 12 lengths. He ran away with it. So, and then you've got this weekend, you've got the Bluegrass in Keeneland. You've got a nice little matchup. You got Dornoch versus Sierra Leone. So that's going to be a nice little horse race. The past winners of the Bluegrass have actually done really well in the Kentucky. Never won the Kentucky Derby, but you've had some really good race horses that have won the Bluegrass. Essential Quality, Zandon, Art Collector, Good Magic, who is Dornoch's sire. So he won the Bluegrass. So that's something always you kind of look at. So you've got the Santa Anita Derby this weekend. You've got the Bluegrass, and you've got the Wood Memorial at Aqueduct. So those are 3 prep races for the Derby, and then the last shot to get Derby points is going to be on the 13th at Keeneland in the Lexington. So yeah, pretty much it's almost set up time that the 20 get in, and they should be ready to roll. So, and I think 7 or 8 have mathematically put themselves in. Not 100% on that. I know Forever Young's in. I know Fierceness is in. Endlessly won the Jeff Ruby. He's back on the Derby trails, so he's a nice racehorse too. So, but yeah, this should be a good weekend. That Dornoch versus Sierra Leone should be a really awesome little matchup. And plus, Keeneland opened this weekend, so Keeneland's racing in April. So if you want to go to Lexington and have a good weekend and go to Keeneland, this is the month to go and try to go.
What outside of responsible gambling, what are you doing to prep for the Derby?
Man, trying to figure out. I think I might be going to the Oaks. So I'll be going. I'm trying to go that Friday, and I'm trying to skip the Derby. Maybe I'll end up going to the Derby, but it's the 150th, and it's kind of a big deal. Kind of probably should go, and this is probably the time to go and just swallow the pill and go. So I know Jake's got a horse running this weekend at Keeneland West Memorial. It's one of Maddie's picks from the yearling sale in September. Should be pretty live. She's a quick little filly, so look for her. Her name's West Memorial.
Okay.
It's a young sire that just started. Caracal is the sire's name, and I didn't even know who Caracal was. And Jake bought. I was at the sale, and Jake's like, "Hey, I just bought one." I go, "Oh, what'd you buy?" And he's like, "Hip number so and such." And I opened up the book. I was like, "Caracal?" I'm like, "What the hell's a Caracal?" So it's an Uncle Mo, and Uncle Mo's a really good sire. So, but yeah, his yearlings are just starting to run. So West Memorial this weekend.
Okay.
My filly
Speaking
just got shipped to Evangelina down, so she just left New Orleans, so she's in Opelousas.
Okay.
So she's going to be at she's going to be at Evangeline for the next couple of months, and who knows? Hopefully, we can win a racehorse race there in Evangeline.
Appaloosa, which is where 2025 linebacker commit Corey Amos is from.
Shoot, we need to take him to a horse race.
So there you go. If you're interested in getting into a horse race this weekend, looking to potentially partner with somebody, maybe invest, look no further than Black Type Thoroughbreds. That's blacktypetb.com. They have a passion for horse racing. When you partner and invest with them, you get to choose from a wide portfolio of elite horses, a diversified lineup, which gives you more chances to win, and you get more races to take in. So big ups to them for advertising here on the show. Big thing with them, just a passion for horse racing, experience, and knowledge of the sport. Since 2019, they've had horses run in the Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks, Breeders' Cup, and more. So you can learn more about that. Check them out, blacktypetb.com. You can call them 713-540-9000 or shoot them an email at info@blacktypetb.com. We got a newsletter you can sign up, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. Give them a follow, check them out, and hit them up if you're looking to get involved there. So, all right, Greg. Last thing, looking ahead to this weekend, will you be providing any food for the Elite 11 regional that will be at Oxford? And by providing any food, I mean, will I be getting any food when I get in town?
Yeah, I'll set you over a care package Friday. I don't know.
I was
Who's
gonna say,
who's the Elite 11?
so it's a quarterback competition they do every year. So they're doing a
Okay.
regional in Oxford again. They did one last year. So yeah, there'll be quarterbacks from all around Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia,
So I just drop
Alabama,
off a
whoever.
bunch of pulled pork sandwiches or something.
Hey, I don't think anybody over there would mind. But yeah, I will be in town this weekend to cover that. I'd imagine Deuce Knight from George County, the Notre Dame commit. Ole Miss is working tirelessly to flip him. He will be in attendance. I'm sure there will be several other talented signal callers that will be there. I'll be there to provide coverage. We'll have all of that at omspirit.com. Greg, he's always there. He never leaves. He's always in Oxford. So go see him.
I will not be here I will not be here Saturday.
Okay, I misspoke, but the shop will be there.
Yes, the shop will always. Hey,
yeah.
I forgot to ask you. Have you seen Together yet? The Trimble, the Manchester City.
Yeah, Treble. I started it last night. I got 4 episodes in, so I got 2 left.
I finished it yesterday.
It was good.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I mean, Pep Guardiola. Whew, I mean, he's probably the best. Pretty intense.
Yeah, we were watching it last night. And my wife was like, "It's pretty intimidating for a guy to really dress you down and get after you in the locker room after a loss in like another language." Because it's almost worse when he's like dogging people in broken English. Because it's like, man, like this isn't even his first language, and he's just shit talking you. The bar.
I thought it was really good. I mean,
yeah, I mean the bar was set really high for sports documentaries after Last Dance. So I think everybody kind of subconsciously compares it to like something like The Last Dance, but I like the way it's shot. It's quick.
I love the way whenever the camera goes over to the facility and it changes overnight and it goes from night to day.
Yeah, with like the drone.
Noticed that? Yeah, with the zoom. Yeah,
the drone shot. Yeah, that's
really
cool.
sick. Yeah, I'm a big Jack Grealish fan for some reason. I like Jack.
Dude's got Grealish does not skip leg day. That's for sure.
For sure.
He could probably run at the Derby.
Yeah, we could probably get him in for sure. He could at least race one race.
Probably
trying to think who else I like.
The biggest, probably the funniest thing I've seen so far is Bernardo Silva naming his dog John at the Giant Stones.
And
just like a little
one.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
got another one that's was it Charles? Because the
yeah,
dog's
because
from
the
Wales.
Prince of Wales, yeah. And they said you
Yeah,
should have named it, and I'm trying to think who was you should have named it something else. Yeah, no, that's a good little documentary. And man, what they did is, I mean, that's pretty strong.
it was a little. It was kind of triggering PTSD because they're obviously showing everything from the whole season when they win the treble, and I'm like remembering all of these losses, so I'm like
Oh
having to
yeah.
relive them again. But the payoff's good because they win the whole damn thing. Um,
And then
you
they
know,
just go on a roll.
FA Premier and the Champions League, so it's good. I enjoy it. Yeah, I got two more. I'll probably try to finish it tonight. But yeah, but I don't have to ask my wife more than once to watch Pep Guardiola on TV.
Oh
So.
yeah. I mean, Elon Holland, is it Holland or whatever? Yeah, that
Oh,
guy's.
Erling, yeah,
Yeah, man. I didn't know his dad played for City back in the day.
yeah, old Alfie,
Yeah,
yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Him and Phil Foden being a
yeah, the
Mancunian
local.
guy,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And then they've got another one, Rico. He's an
Lewis,
academy guy. Rico.
the
I
young
don't know.
kid that the
Yeah,
Muay Thai, yeah,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, him. That guy. I mean,
yeah,
he's sick.
yeah. Very good at soccer. Very good at football. All right. Like I said, hit up Greg and the folks at LB's 2008 University Avenue. Go see him. Get you some meat to throw on the grill this weekend. Baseball coverage will be at the Spirit all week and weekend. And then basketball portal will have that coverage coming to you as that is just constantly moving. And then football recruiting as well. Ole Miss picked
Yeah,
up a big.
didn't our Manute Bowl, didn't he do really good last night in the McDonald's game or whatever
Yeah,
his name is?
he had 4 points, 2 rebounds, a block, and a steal in 11 minutes. He had a big putback dunk. Yeah, he's a special talent. I know our on-3 national basketball guy was there for all the practices. He loves what he saw from him. He thinks he could be a day one guy for Ole Miss next season. Thinks he's gonna
That'd be huge.
be an impact dude on the defensive end for sure. So yeah, we've got all that and more at omspirit.com. If you're not a member already, join, only $1. We'd love to have you over there. Join the conversation. And as always, appreciate Greg helping us out, talking some baseball, talking some Netflix documentaries, and of course horse racing and some grill talk. So Greg, appreciate you, man. Have a good rest of the weekend, and I'll see you this weekend.
We'll be here.
All right. Appreciate College Corner and LB's. And until next time, y'all be good. We out.